Nobody anticipated this. A full-fledged media storm has now erupted from what began as rumors on a few gossip pages. The entertainment industry is reportedly in disbelief after Tamar Braxton formally filed a harassment complaint against Mendeecees. Fans are stunned by the revelation.
Your uterus?
Okay.
What?
You know, don't do that to my father. Come on.
What you talking about?
Wait a minute, let's talk about this. Wait a minute. Let's just talk about it.
What the fuck you
Wait a
mean?
minute.
He shipped your uterus. What you mean he shipped your uterus? What the fuck is you doing?
The industry is split, and social media is in disarray. How could things have gotten so out of hand between these two? And how could Yandy, who was formerly regarded as one of the strongest women on reality TV, break down in tears and reportedly file for divorce after the truth came to light? According to sources, the incident played out like a heartbreaking film, unexpected, poignant, and full of treachery. This has become one of the most talked about stories in recent memory because to screenshots, voice notes that were released, and statements made by alleged witnesses. Loyalty, motivations, and the boundary between personal suffering and celebrity are all being questioned. In real time, it appears like Yandy's world is collapsing as Tamar allegedly takes the fight to court. The public breakdown of her and Mendeecees' love story has devastated admirers who once viewed them as a power couple. Why is everyone suddenly against Mendeecees, and what actually transpired behind those closed doors? Hold on tight, for the messiness of this story is only increasing. When the first allegations came out, the whole entertainment industry froze. The same startling headline that Tamar Braxton had sued Mendeecees for harassment started making the rounds of gossip sites. Alleged legal documents were linked to what had previously been written off as an unfounded rumor, and within hours, the story was featured on all of the main blogs. The admirers were shocked by what they read. Mendeecees, the same man who had spoken in public about fidelity and redemption during his absence, was now charged with a transgression that could permanently damage his reputation. According to the allegations, the incident occurred weeks ago at a posh hotel in Los Angeles during what was intended to be a casual business gathering. Tamar reportedly attended a private gathering with managers and producers to discuss possible joint ventures for her next project. Later that evening, Mendeecees allegedly joined the group after attending the same location for unrelated purpose. At first, nobody gave it much notice because it was normal for celebrities to socialize in these settings. However, as the evening wore on, something altered. According to eyewitnesses, there was tension between Tamar and the Mendeecees, and Tamar seemed to be getting more uneasy. Tamar discreetly left the gathering and went to her room, presumably to rest, according to an insider statement that was posted online. However, a few minutes later, it was alleged that someone noticed Mendeecees making their way to the same hallway. After that, the specifics got hazy and contradicting accounts from various sources surfaced. Others asserted that Tamar later phoned her assistant in distress, while others said nothing happened. Whatever actually transpired, one thing was certain. Tamar had filed a lawsuit and things were serious. Social media exploded when the news broke. Fans were divided into two groups as hashtags using Tamar's name swamped Instagram and Twitter. Some people were completely in favor of Tamar, calling her bold for speaking up and demanding justice. However, several questioned the timing, arguing that it was suspicious or too abrupt. "I love Tamar, but something doesn't add up," an admirer wrote in a tweet. "Why now?" The argument heated up, and by morning, thousands of videos and comments were analyzing every conceivable viewpoint. One person said, "Don't question a woman's pain just because the man is famous." In contrast, Yandy found herself in the midst of a nightmare she never anticipated. Like everyone else, she apparently learned about the lawsuit online. According to individuals close to her, she was caught off guard and sobbed upon seeing the stories. In a blog post, one of Yandy's friends stated that she believed Mendeecees had changed. She had faith in their family and their love. Fans saw that Yandy completely ceased blogging, saying, "This is her worst fear come true." After 24 hours, her final Instagram story, which included the words "hurt beyond words" on a plain black background, went missing, but thousands of others had already screenshotted it. Entertainment media attempted to obtain official statements as the issue grew. Tamar's team said nothing but that everything would be handled by her lawyers. In the meantime, Mendeecees' camp issued a brief statement refuting any misconduct. It stated that the claims being circulated are completely false. The internet wasn't happy with the statement that Mendeecees respects all women and has never engaged in any form of harassment. People were looking for receipts, evidence, specifics, anything that would show who was telling the truth. A gossip podcast that purported to have inside knowledge from someone who was there that evening fueled the flames. The host claimed that Tamar had departed the event in an obviously distressed state, and that hotel employees subsequently verified that an altercation of some kind had taken place close to her suite. Nobody knew for certain whether something was true or a myth. A mystery video clip that started making the rounds online, a grainy security footage purportedly showing Mendeecees at Tamar's hotel door, made matters worse. It didn't matter that the veracity of the clip couldn't be confirmed. The story was already taking shape in people's thoughts when they viewed it. As the days went by, Tamar's quiet revealed a lot. She avoided any public appearances, didn't post, and didn't reply to comments. According to the Shade Room, her close friend said, "Tamar is heartbroken, but she's standing strong." Supporters praised her fortitude and poise, and her comment alone rekindled the conversation. She wants to let the truth come out in court, not on social media. Fans claimed it brought up memories of Tamar's several triumphs over public setbacks, including heartache, scandal, and treachery. But the pain was harder, deeper, and more intimate this time. Days later, Mendeecees was seen appearing agitated but attempting to maintain composure as he left a courthouse. He disregarded the inquiries shouted by paparazzi. According to one reporter, "Did you actually harass Tamar? Is Yandy abandoning you?" inquired another. His silence only served to increase conjecture. By that evening, rumors circulated that Mendeecees had scheduled a meeting with his attorneys and that Yandy was contemplating divorce. This was the point at which Yandy's world fell apart. According to reports, she was attempting to cope with the humiliation and trauma of having her marriage thrust into a public controversy. According to an informant, Yandy is devastated. She has been crying uncontrollably, according to one of her friends, and she can't even look at her phone without seeing her husband's name connected to something terrible. She is no longer sure what to trust. Fans started going back over earlier interviews of Mendeecees and Yandy in an attempt to find signs of marital discord as the tension increased. A scene from a previous reality show episode reappeared in which Yandy sobbed as she admitted that they had never been able to trust anyone. She had responded, "I love him, but love doesn't erase mistakes." People kept playing that scene over and over again, relating it to the present accusations. The response from the industry was just as strong. Online, producers who had previously collaborated with Tamar showed their support, while several of Mendeecees' peers cautioned against passing judgment too quickly. "We don't know the full story yet, so everyone needs to calm down," a fellow reality star wrote. But the advice was ignored. Social media was already taking sides, and the story was spreading more quickly than anyone could stop. According to reports, at the end of the week, Yandy had packed her belongings and departed the family home. In a paparazzi photo, she was seen wearing a hooded sweatshirt and dark glasses as she entered a hotel, appearing upset. Instantly, the picture went viral. Though the post was filled with comments like, "She deserves," the situation behind the scenes was getting out of control. Although they were proceeding cautiously, Tamar's team was reportedly drafting a formal statement to explain what actually transpired. "Tamar doesn't want this to turn into a circus," one of her reps allegedly told a reporter. That statement alone generated yet another round of internet sympathy. "She just wants to be heard and respected." Fans started using hashtags like #StandWithTamar and #JusticeForTamar, sharing personal anecdotes and tagging her in supportive comments. Mendeecees attempted to act normally in the interim, but cameras followed him everywhere. The strain started to manifest. No one knew if he was speaking to his lawyer, a friend, or Yandy, but one witness said they observed him yelling something about lies ruining his life while arguing loudly on the phone outside a restaurant. However, it was evident that he was crumbling under the strain of everything. His self-assured public image, which audiences witnessed on television, was eroding. Conversely, it was said that Yandy was depending on her closest friends and relatives. Although she hadn't spoken it in public, insiders disclosed that she had begun attending therapy in order to manage the emotional strain. According to one buddy, Yandy's not herself anymore. The notion that a once strong couple was dissolving over something so sinister devastated many. She's trying to be strong for the kids, but this broke something inside her. Some even went back and commented on her previous tweets on forgiveness and loyalty, saying things like, "You deserve better," and "Keep your peace." When a voice note that had been leaked started making the rounds online, things got even more heated. A lady who sounded like Tamar could be heard sobbing and stating, "I just wanted him to leave me alone," in the recording. Although the clip's veracity could not be verified, it quickly gained widespread attention. With titles like, "Is this Tamar talking about Mendeecees?" Gossip pages republished it, and evidence of harassment. Others, on the other hand, thought the video was phony, possibly altered or removed from its original context. It didn't matter, though. Mendeecees was already found guilty by the internet. In an attempt to repair the damage, his management team lined up an exclusive interview for him to set the record straight. Mendeecees looked worn out and spoke in a stern but quiet voice when the interview aired. He declared, "I would never do something like that. I know my truth, but people believe anything they see online. I hold Tamar in high regard. I have respect for all women. This story, it's not who I am." However, while he was saying it, a flurry of conflicting responses erupted in the comment area. While some viewers believed his tone was practiced, others claimed he sounded genuine. "He's crying because he got caught, not because he's innocent," someone wrote. The most startling turn of events yet occurred when a document purportedly from the legal system started making the rounds, displaying Tamar's formal complaint. Although attorneys for both parties declined to confirm its veracity, the memo stoked an even bigger hysteria as it detailed a string of unwelcome interactions and persistent contact that left her feeling unsafe and distressed. Hundreds of videos and live discussions that dissected and analyzed every word and paragraph surfaced in a matter of hours. According to reports, Yandy was getting ready to file a lawsuit as all of this was going on. According to insiders, she had discussed the matter with a divorce lawyer and a decision was on the horizon. A media source was reportedly informed by one of her close acquaintances that she's been holding on for years, forgiving him for things the public never knew. This was the last straw. Fans' hopes for reunion were dashed when she revealed she's done pretending everything's okay. It was now about a marriage disintegrating in real time, not just about Tamar. Despite being kept out of the spotlight, the couple's kids became a hot topic of conversation among supporters. Many felt sorry for Yandy and were concerned about the emotional toll this turmoil would take on her family. Although she never acknowledged them, some even launched online fundraisers with the stated goal of helping her through the healing process. This demonstrated how engrossed people had become in her narrative. Tamar subtly made a comeback to social media with a mysterious tweet when all of this mayhem was unfolding in public. With the remark, "The truth doesn't need defending," the straightforward photo of her reflection in a mirror went viral right away, receiving thousands of comments in a matter of minutes. Fans swarmed her page with supportive and kind words, describing her as courageous, fearless, and powerful. However, she was also accused by numerous detractors of being attention-seeking and playing the victim. Since Tamar didn't answer any of them, everyone was left wondering what she would do next. A few hours later, Mendeecees responded with a long Instagram tale. He wrote, "I'm tired of remaining silent. My name is being used to create false narratives. I've erred, but not in this instance. My family and children are exposed to this material." It was a rare emotional outburst from someone who had established his reputation on discipline and control. "I'm pleading with everyone. Wait for facts before you judge me." However, he was not saved by that message either. A deluge of spoof videos and memes surfaced, ridiculing his predicament and depicting him as both an idiot and a villain. He lost many brand partnerships in a week, and an unannounced public appearance was called off. According to reports, Tamar was negotiating with her legal team to seek damages and potentially a restraining order. The tale had developed much more than anyone had anticipated. A cultural spectacle, a continuous tale of treachery, heartache, and public disenchantment, had emerged from what had begun as a single case. Fans experienced a sense of intimate connection, as though they were seeing a soap opera in real life play out, scandal upon controversy. And the truth appeared farther away every day, despite the fact that everyone was demanding answers. While discussion shows analyzed every fresh story and cameras flashed outside courthouses, Yandy said nothing. However, her silence spoke louder than anything she spoke. People had a feeling that something was coming, and when it happened, everything would be different. Days later, new rumors that Yandy had finally filed for divorce made the city hum once more. She wore dark glasses, her face unreadable, and her posture rigid but determined as paparazzi took pictures of her entering a courthouse. Fans flooded comment sections with heartbreak emojis and messages like, "She held it together for too long," and "No woman deserves this," after the image went viral, with captions like, "Yandy finally breaks free and the end of an era." Others, however, accused her of exploiting the situation to garner sympathy, claiming she waited for the headlines to peak before taking action. In any case, she was the topic of conversation. Insiders claim that the decision to file for divorce was not made on the spur of the moment. According to people close to Yandy, she had been thinking about it for months before Tamar's case became public. She's been unhappy, according to one insider. The faith has long since vanished. This story simply provided her the push she needed. Rumor had it that weeks before, she had found unsettling text exchanges between Mendeecees and another lady, but it was unclear if they were romantic or just inappropriate. Nevertheless, it was sufficient for Yandy. People claimed that her choice was now motivated by peace rather than rage. Meanwhile, court documents began to surface online, and Tamar's complaint had formally entered the judicial system. In-depth accounts of particular instances that purportedly occurred at a late-night hotel conference were included. Mendeecees' legal team promptly rejected the allegations, claiming they were baseless and crafted to damage reputation. However, the harm had already been done. Tamar's attorneys detailed a series of unwanted advances. Within minutes, the live video attracted hundreds of thousands of people as it swiftly went viral. Support and condemnation were mixed together in the comments. The largest response came from Tamar herself, who tweeted the one word "enough" immediately after the live finished. One fan said, "He's just trying to save his image," while another responded, "This man sounds broken." That one word sparked yet another round of speculative comments. People argued over whether she was reacting to his apologies or if she was just sick of being pulled into the spotlight. Conversely, Yandy said nothing at all on the internet. No interviews, no declarations, no posts. She was concentrating on her kids and avoiding the internet as much as possible, according to individuals close to her. According to one buddy, Yandy's in survival mode right now. She isn't considering social media or celebrity. Despite her efforts to reconstruct her life, her silence became a statement in and of itself. Fans started posting snippets of her previous interviews in which she discussed loyalty and said things like, "You can tell it's over when a woman stops talking." When Tamar's legal team conducted a quick press conference outside the courthouse, things took even another drastic turn. Speaking slowly, her attorney stated, "Publicity isn't the point of this lawsuit. It has to do with responsibility." When reporters asked if Tamar would testify, the lawyer responded, "She's prepared to share her truth when the time is right." The video of the incident went viral on all entertainment platforms, and the phrase "share her truth" became the week's catchphrase. "My client has been deeply affected by this incident, and we trust the legal system to handle it appropriately." According to recent reports, other witnesses came forward as the case gained momentum. Allegedly, one of them was employed at the hotel where the incident occurred. Leaks claim that the witness reported hearing a heated argument emanating from the room. Even though it was impossible to verify the statement's veracity, it heightened the already tense situation. Fans poured theories into comment sections, and bloggers jumped on the story right after, dissecting every purported detail. Tamar shared a sweet statement on her Instagram story amidst all of this commotion. "Sometimes being strong means leaving quietly," it said. "I no longer struggle to be correct. I'm fighting for my freedom." Her fans showered the message with love and support, offering prayers and words of encouragement. However, everyone was really taken aback by Mendeecees' response. Fans quickly saw the connection, believing the tweet was aimed at Tamar, as he shared a mysterious quotation that said, "People love to play victim when they can't control the narrative," within hours. He was forced to remove the story completely as the wrath in his comment section erupted in a matter of minutes. The public conversation's tone drastically changed after that. What had once appeared to be a scandal was now being presented as a societal discussion about responsibility, celebrity, and emotional control. The reality television culture that initially made all three of them famous started to come under scrutiny. Had years of being in the spotlight rendered them unable to resolve their disputes in private? Had the distinction between performance and reality been muddled by fame? For days, those queries dominated talk shows, podcasts, and social media discussions. Mendeecees was seen with a stern expression as he arrived at his lawyer's office as the noise level increased. According to insiders, he was thinking of bringing a countersuit for defamation, claiming that his reputation had been unjustly damaged. He's tired of being painted as a monster, according to one insider. That revelation further polarized fans. He wants to fight back legally now. Some thought it was another attempt to scare Tamar, while others thought he should have a fair chance to defend himself. Throughout it all, Yandy remained the silent focal point of the narrative. She was seen by paparazzi performing errands, looking calm but solemn. According to others close to her, she was already leaving the shared house, taking only the things that were most important to her and the children. One insider claimed that she was no longer angry. She seems to have closed the chapter in her heart long before the papers were signed, as evidenced by the statement, "She's just done." The tale persisted as the days stretched into weeks. Every new piece of information rekindled discussions, and every image or post generated new conjecture. Nevertheless, one thing became evident amid the ceaseless commotion. None of the participants would ever be the same. Their suffering had been amplified by fame, which had transformed personal heartache into public amusement. And nobody could tell if this was the conclusion of the story or merely the start of a new one, as everyone awaited the next headline, when new information about Tamar Braxton's ongoing court battle started to circulate. The city was still in shock at the most recent events. According to insiders, she had been carefully preparing her case against Mendeecees by meeting with her legal team nearly every day. She was characterized by sources as laser-focused and determined, which contrasts sharply with the public's perception of her vulnerability in social media posts. Tamar's pals claimed that she spent hours going over each text message, call, and social media exchange to ensure that her account would be flawless in court. Mendeecees appeared more and more alone while Tamar remained in preparation mode. In paparazzi pictures, he was seen leaving his house late at night, frequently wearing a serious face while speaking on the phone with his lawyer. Fans conjectured about the discussions, thinking they were planning damage management or countersuits. Rumor had it that Mendeecees' publicist was frantically trying to stop more leaks, and that a number of endorsements were being discreetly halted. Every action was monitored by the entertainment industry, and every appearance stoked conjecture. The story was still dominated by Yandy's silence. Despite having filed for divorce, she virtually avoided social media and declined interviews. According to her closest friends, she was recovering from the emotional upheaval and concentrating on her kids. According to one buddy, she's tired of explaining herself. Her absence from public conversation only increased attention, despite the fact that she just wants to live her life without constant scrutiny. Every social media corner was crowded with memes, opinion pieces, and fan theories that analyzed her feelings and motivations. In the meantime, bloggers and court observers started breaking down Tamar's case in great detail. According to the paperwork, Tamar made many attempts to leave the area before calling the police, and the claimed harassment incident happened while she was staying at a hotel in Atlanta. The description, which mentioned attempts at verbal and physical intimidation, was terrifying. In a prompt response, Mendeecees' legal team referred to the allegations as fabricated and implied that Tamar's team was using public sympathy to obtain leverage in the litigation, as well as in his marriage to Yandy. Talk shows sprung into action to report every step as the court battle gained momentum. A panel on one network discussed whether the drama had been heightened by fame. "This is the dark side of reality TV culture," one host contended. Another said, "But accusations like these aren't just entertainment, they have real consequences. Every mistake becomes an event when everything is public." Viewers raced to the show's social media accounts, posting GIFs, thoughts, and video from previous reality TV events that appeared to hint at the present controversy. Tamar deserves her voice to be heard. Initial hearings were said to have been tense inside the courtroom. According to sources, Tamar arrived calmly, while Mendeecees seemed more uncomfortable and avoided making eye contact with the cameras. In a scathing debate, lawyers from both parties emphasized how serious the accusations were. The issue became more complicated when court insiders said that other witnesses were ready to testify. Every fresh disclosure raised fears that the settlement would have a disastrous effect on the reputation of the Mendeecees. Outside the courtroom, supporters and activists discussed the scandal. The role of Yandy continued to be a hotly debated subject. Despite her efforts to remain dignified, sources said she was crushed by the accusations and the perceived betrayal. Her friends said she was divided between managing her public image and protecting her children, fluctuating between sadness and wrath. Many observed that her calm strength, which implied that she was allowing the legal process to proceed unhindered, spoke louder than any social media post. Her crew reportedly put in endless hours managing media coverage and legal strategy back at Tamar's camp. In order to make sure that every remark, interview, and social media post complemented the message of empowerment and accountability, her lawyers maintained close communication with public relations experts. "They want the world to see her as strong, prepared, and unwavering," one insider said. "It's about recovering her story, not simply about the legal matter." The story kept making headlines as the weeks passed. Social media influencers, reality TV recaps, and celebrity news websites all contributed to the conjecture about possible outcomes and upcoming turmoil. Every appearance, interview, and post was examined for any possible foreshadowing or hidden meanings. The conflict between private truth and public impression intensified, and the public appeared to be ravenous. During all of this, Mendeecees allegedly made an effort to speak with Tamar in private in order to find a solution before the trial continued. According to insiders, Tamar's team insisted that all conversations take place through legal channels and rejected direct communication. According to one source, she wants to protect herself. She has no interest in having a one-on-one conversation. This position encouraged more conjecture regarding the degree of trust, or lack thereof, between the two parties. Everything has to be documented and official. Meanwhile, it has been reported that Yandy was discussing divorce procedures and asset partition with her own legal team. According to accounts, she prioritized her children's and her own stability in order to swiftly resolve the situation. The public kept a careful eye on her, reading every action for clues of strategic advantage or emotional weakness. Insiders claimed that although Yandy remained silent in public, she had been covertly preparing for her next moves, which included personal protection and court filings. The media started making connections between the present scandal and previous reality TV plotlines as the story progressed. Commentators drew parallels between Tamar's public character, Mendeecees' past on reality television, and Yandy's presentation as the steady wife, arguing that patterns of conduct from past seasons hinted at the current occurrences. A self-reinforcing loop of speculation and discussion was created as viewers studied each tape, looking for signs of truth in tone, expression, and context. It was evident at this point that the drama had evolved into a cultural event rather than merely a personal issue. Talk programs, podcasts, and social media feeds were dominated by conversations about consent, power dynamics, celebrity accountability, and the impact of reality television. Audiences outside of conventional entertainment circles were drawn in by the story's transformation from a scandal into a discussion about morality, celebrity, and personal boundaries. Tamar kept preparing for her court appearances in spite of everything going on, striking a balance between the demands of public attention and the painstaking work of her legal strategy. She was calm and focused, according to sources, which contrasted with the emotional turbulence seen in previous stories. According to acquaintances, this preparation gave her a sense of control and transformed a very personal experience into a means of empowerment and legal recourse. Conversely, Mendeecees seemed to be becoming more reactive. He was compelled to react to every new development, including social media posts and leaked documents, frequently while being watched closely by both legal counsel and fans. According to sources, the strain was wearing on them, underscoring the difficulties of maintaining a public persona in the face of grave accusations. The court of public opinion appeared to be unrelenting, magnifying every error and carefully examining every utterance. Yandy's calm resolve stood in stark contrast to the other two's erratic behavior. Even if she refrained from speaking in public, her legal activities made it clear that she wanted to take back her life and go on her own. According to others close to her, she continued to prioritize her own recovery and providing a secure home for her kids. With Tamar loudly battling for justice, Mendeecees frantically defending himself, and Yandy subtly claiming her independence. This contrast produced a nuanced and captivating story that enthralled viewers across the country. The crowd stayed engrossed in the drama as it developed. Social media threads, commentary videos, and fan theories abound, analyzing motivations, forecasting results, and discussing moral dilemmas. Every fresh piece of information, whether confirmed or conjectural, was examined and spread, guaranteeing that the story would continue to be a hot topic of discussion on a variety of platforms. All sides were under tremendous strain as court dates drew near, and media attention grew. As followers continued to absorb, evaluate, and respond to every development, Lawyers, publicists, and personal advisors put in endless hours to control the narrative. The storyline had evolved into a complex spectacle that combined public debate, celebrity scandal, and legal drama into one continuous story that didn't seem to be slowing down. Fans all around the world have been enthralled by the drama involving Tamar Braxton, Mendeecees, and Yandy, and the tale is far from finished. With legal disputes, leaked footage, and public conjecture, everyone is curious about what will occur next. Will Tamar bring about justice? Can Mendeecees restore his reputation, or is this the start of his total collapse? And after making the difficult choice to file for divorce, how will Yandy proceed? Fans are riveted to every update because of the unresolved questions. We would like to know if you have been following this story. Do you believe Tamar's lawsuit will succeed, or are there going to be any surprises? What are your thoughts on Yandy's decision to leave the marriage? Your opinion counts in this continuing discussion, so please share your opinions in the comments section below. Please hit the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any shocking turns in this story. Like this video if you liked our coverage, and subscribe to the channel for the most recent information on celebrity scandals. Keep an eye out because the drama, surprises, and emotional turns will only increase as this situation develops. Don't miss a second of the action. We'll be right here with all the most recent information.